Right, lads, and welcome back to Everything Pats, your one-stop shop for everything St. Patrick's Athletic. I am, of course, Everything League of Ireland, joined once again by Andrew Lanigan.
How we doing, lads? Episode 3, finally out. January, of course, took a break for the Christmas. Like, there wasn't really much happening at the start, and then a lot of stuff just came over the past few weeks. So, going to try to discuss a lot of it today, hopefully.
Yeah, obviously, this is episode 3. I made the mistake of naming the first one episode 0, which wasn't my brightest decision, I do have to say. But yeah, anyway, today not a lot to talk about. Mainly just once again signings and a big date for St. Patrick's Athletic in America, of all places. We will be playing a friendly there against Minnesota United. But first off, of course, on the new signings and just new deals agreed. Of course, Joe Redmond, Chris Forrester have both got long-term extensions to their contracts. So I think both have got 2-year extension to 2026, which is just massive for the club, massive for the two of them, of course, as well.
Big time, yeah, definitely. Chris Forrester, unreal servant to the club, like patch through and through. You'll have Bows fans, one or two Bows fans are listening to this, making the argument, bleeding boyhood Bows and all that bollocks, all that jazz, which isn't true. But Joe Redmond as well, patch support as well. It's unbelievable, like class bit of business by the club, and hopefully we are sorted for the long term now. It's like point at the team, like Forrester and Redmond, like two of our most important players. Long-term deals over Christmas, like it was Christmas week as well when they were announced. So it was a good Christmas gift for Pats fans anyway. So just buzzing it overall, like sets us up very nicely for the start of the new season next month.
Yeah, look at obviously Forrester now pretty much more than likely committing to most of the rest of his career to Pats. Obviously, as I said, I'm being a massive servant to the club. And Joe, just massive to get him pinned down for another 2 years. Obviously, on top of he was already here till 2024. I think it was just another 2-year extension now. And yeah, look, it just puts us in a great position in terms of keeping key players in the team and pushing on the next few seasons, you know?
Yeah, especially like John Redmond, ever since he came in, like he's been quality. Like I'd argue he's one of the only decent signings Clancy made in the Clancy era. Like he's quality. Like I do think if he didn't get that big injury last season, we probably would have went on to win the league as well. Like I think that's how impactful that injury was. I'm not even trying to take the piss. Like in my honest opinion, like Connor Keeley going to be an incredible sign. Watch that face, lads. He's going to be so good. There's no reason why we can't go win the league. Like I know I'll keep saying that for the next few weeks and throughout the season. Hopefully, that like we can win the league. So listen, hopefully, if stays fit, same for Forrester, the rest of the key players, the players we brought in. There's no reason why we can't do it.
Yeah, look, obviously, you said Connor Keeley. We obviously did, touch on him last episode. Obviously, he has now signed for the club. From Drogheda as well, alongside obviously Joe Redmond, being a former Drogheda player. Just I think he's going to be massive, of course. Playing it either alongside Redmond or it could be a Gravotsky or could be, obviously, I suppose a rotation of the three of them. Alongside one of our newer signings, we have Alfie Taylor on loan from Hull City. Obviously, played for Hull, came through Hull's academy, played under 21s with Hull. He's on loan from us, I think, or for us. Sorry, I think it's obviously interesting as well the fact that the connection between Shells and Hull last season that now we've brought in a lad from Hull. It's a bit of a mad one, to be honest. I thought Shells would have had him pinned down had that not fallen through,
but obviously Alfie Taylor, you think like it's a bit of a dig, the whole Hull and Shells thing falling through, like you know what I mean. But obviously the Harry Wood going to Shelburne, that's the rumor, isn't it, on loan or something? So it's a weird one. He would have been a player would see and love to join a Pats, like a player filling that left wing role very well, replacing Mark Doyle. But listen, Alfie Taylor hopefully brings depth into that centre half position. I presume replacing McGrath or Norman, like so. Can't complain really. Like the recruitment's been spot on so far in the preseason. So listen, trust Daly. Like seeing after Clancy went last season, everything Daly did was 99% spot on. Like so, gotta keep trusting the process basically.
yeah, I think actually, I think you mentioned Harry Wood. I'm fairly sure he's already at there. I don't think he's gone to Shells at all anymore now. I think he's at there. I think it's Walsall or something like I thought I saw he's at the going on loan to or someone like that. But yeah, I don't think he's gone anywhere near Shells this season anyway. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm fairly sure I saw that now. I'm fairly sure I saw
Mm.
that. And
Yeah, I
then
haven't keep up the EFL myself, so
obviously the big name signing that seems to be coming in is the signing on loan from Liverpool of Marcelo Pitaluga. Young one of 21's keepers, obviously playing for Liverpool. It's been high praise said about him from a lot of people at Liverpool in terms of like the training staff and that stuff. And obviously they get a bit of praise from Van Dijk and Salah. But yeah, obviously Andrew, you're our resident Liverpool expert. What do you think of this man?
it's a big signing. Like, I do keep up the Liverpool academy a lot. Like, and Pitaluga himself, like, seeing over the past few years, he was a goalkeeper recommended by Alisson Becker, who's the best goalkeeper in the world. Like, and it's like joining Liverpool. I think joined for Fluminense, had 2 or 3 seasons in the Fluminense senior squad. Joined Liverpool and training non-stop with them. Obviously, he had that long spell at Macclesfield as well. I think he got injured halfway through, but interestingly enough, when he was with Macclesfield, he was training with Liverpool as well. Like, so he's all that experience behind him, training with world class players, world class coaches, into like John Achterberg, the goalkeeper coach, done class things the past few years with the goalkeepers at Liverpool. And now Pat Jennings as well, who's a top quality goalkeeping coach as well. Like, so it's a good signing. Like, the only thing that's going to piss me off is the fact it's another loan sign. I'm going to fall in love with another loan keeper like Yaros and Linus, and probably going to be heartbroken this time next year. But listen, it is what it is. I'm hoping he'll be class, and I do think he will be really good. Like,
Yeah, from what I've seen, he seems to be a good shot stopper now. I'm gonna be dead honest. I haven't watched a huge amount of him. In terms of like how he not obviously how he plays as a goalkeeper, but like in terms of I haven't watched him in that regard. But okay, he obviously has
he's a
big boots to fill coming from like obviously we had Yaros there 2021. What obviously got player of the season was hugely important that season for us. So it'll be interesting to see does he match that. And coming from Liverpool, obviously one of the biggest clubs in the world, you're talking,
definitely
there definitely is a bit of expectation coming to him.
like 100%. Like, he was a World Cup winner as well, under 17 World Cup winner. I know it's fairly young, like, but with Brazil, like, World Cup winner, you're talking like unreal. Like, and what I do really want to know is I've heard 1 or 2 whispers. I don't know how true they are. I hope they're false, but like I've seen a few people say could only be a 6 month loan till the summer, like, which hopefully isn't true. But in my head, it does kind of make sense in a way, like, because we kind of Liverpool be back in pre-season there, wouldn't they? Like, but for Pats, a short stopgap of a keeper, I don't really see it making sense. What do you think, Peter? Like, it's a weird one. Like,
See, I don't know. I obviously there is rumors that it is a 6 month loan, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do get an extension till the end of the season. It obviously
mm,
depends how it pans out for him. If he's obviously really good, will Liverpool want him back? If he's really bad, will we just say, cut our losses and send him back? I don't know, but I could see it we getting or obviously having him for the rest of the season. It really obviously depends. Liverpool are obviously a massive club with massive pull, and they just say, if they just turn around and say, come back, what can you do? There's not really much Pats
definitely,
can
yeah.
do in that regard. Obviously, we still
Oh,
have Danny Rogers and I think David Odomasi is now back at the club. I'm not sure about his future at the club. Will he be going or staying? So look, we still have like Danny Rogers in terms of an experienced goalkeeper in that regard. If we do lose him, but it's yet to be seen, I suppose.
definitely, 100%. Like, it's gonna be one to keep an eye on anyway. But I am looking forward to buying the old Brazilian flag and bringing it down to Galway away. That should be good crack. Like.
Definitely
But
seems to
no,
be a common idea. And
yeah,
then in terms of, I know there has been rumors that there's one more player coming into the club before the transfer window closes. From what I've heard, it's a left-sided attacking player, or just at least someone who plays down the left. That's about all the information I have on it. Rumors that it
heard its
was
name
Barry
earlier.
Cotter coming back on loan, but
Yeah,
I don't know
like,
about that.
no, I can't see it happening. Can't see it happening. Like, especially with the fact he's still training with Barnsley, like, still in the squad. So, like, as far as I know, he came on tonight as well for Barnsley. Like, so I doubt it will even happen. But it is what it is. I do think one more midfielder, maybe, and a winger, preferably left winger, and a backup left back. I don't know why we don't have a backup left back. I do think Luke O'Brien will probably fill that void as a backup left back this season. But I do think one more winger's needed, like quality, like first team quality. So listen, we'll see what happens. I do think we have a good squad going into the season. Like I'm confident enough. Just hopefully
Look,
trust in
there's
what
no
they just
reason
do.
to say you couldn't get a left mid who can also play left wing. In that
Definitely.
regard. Or as you said, it could be a backup left back. Who knows? But that's that's about all I have in terms of information of like what it could be. I go look at this information, could be completely wrong, and I'm gonna look like an idiot. In which case, feel
I
free to call me
mean,
an idiot or
Mbappe's
even
nearly out
worse.
of contract as well, isn't he? And he's a left winger, isn't he?
Who?
Mbappe.
I
I
don't
mean,
think we'll
like,
quite pay his wages. I think
ah, Gareth
not too
Kelleher
far
knows what
off,
he's
but
at, man. Gareth Kelleher, he's a rich man. He is a rich man, like.
I think Mbappe has more net worth than that man, probably by about
True.
100 times.
Sure, look, it is what it is.
Anyways, look, the other big news to have come out of Pats in the past couple of weeks is, of course, that we will be playing it's not even a preseason friendly, actually, it's a mid-season friendly over the Paddy's Day. But I say Paddy's Day weekend, I think it's like the 19th of March against Minnesota United of the MLS. Um, of course, they are a team based in Minnesota in the city of Minneapolis. In the Western Conference of the MLS. If you don't know how the MLS works, essentially you've got a Western Conference and an Eastern Conference because the country's so big in terms of dividing, how many games each team plays. But yeah, I think it's massive for the club. Look, they finished 11th last season, play of Allianz Field, which is a 20,000 seater stadium. I'm not sure how much in terms of attendance wise, how much they get in there, but I just think it's massive for the club.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think as a promotional and business side of things, with the amount of Irish Americans, it's quality for the club, especially around Paddy's Week as well, Paddy's Weekend. I think the game's being played the 20th of March, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, there'll be a lot of Irish Americans around. As I'm aware, as I know, like, I think there's a rumor doing the rounds as well. There's a green kit in the making or something. I don't know where it came from, like a third jersey, that could potentially be used for this. I don't know how true it is, but I've seen it plotted around on Twitter and Facebook.
We're
But
not rovers, mate. Where with them green kids for fuck's sakes?
I know, man. I know it is what it is. I don't want a green jersey. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Like, but no, it's big for the club. Like, especially playing an MLS side like Minnesota, and their stadium looks quality. To be fair, like, but listen, they have a few. Like, the only standout name I do know is Teemu Pukki, like former Norwich man. That's who they do have. Like, but I'm hoping it is a competitive game, like, and it does kind of draw attraction to the League of Ireland and like Pats the club, if you get me. So I think it will do more good than bad, but obviously the bad thing, the worrying side of things is pick up an injury or two, like coming back full throttle in the league, like couldn't be the greatest thing ever. But listen, it's not the end of the world. I know, like, the cost. A few people have been pricing it up to go over to America. Like, it's coming in at like, what's it, crazy money, one thousand
Oh,
five
not a
hundred euro or
chance.
something.
I'd looked at flights alone. It was like 800 quid. I was like, yeah, not a chance, mate. I'd rather save that money for going over to Europe.
Yeah,
Between that
so
visa, hotel, everything else, you're probably spending like the bones of 2 grand just to fly over a
100%.
preseason friendly. So, as a college
So
student, that rules me out.
basically, what I'm saying is, well, if anyone wants to throw me in their suitcase, go ahead, throw you a tenner, maybe even 20 quid. But listen, it's a good thing for the club. Like Paddy's weekend, and can do more good than harm, in my opinion. Like, it's a good experience for the players as well. Like, yeah, it's gonna be fun beating the soccer nerds, as I say it. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't be that serious. Like, but it'd be great to beat an American team. Like,
Yeah, no, like I remember actually, I just want to say about a year ago, I was actually talking to a Shelbourne fan of all people
mm,
about this. He lives over that way, and we were even talking about like why doesn't a League of Ireland club play, some sort of friendly against the US side? Because if you think about it, like, you know, in terms of the Irish American connection, you're really digging into that now. Obviously, I don't know how in terms of Minneapolis, what sort of Irish population that has, but like obviously maybe a team like New York would have made more sense. But you kind of just have to take what you get in terms of that. I'm not sure in terms of like monetary wise how much it'll benefit Pats. I'd say we'll probably get a bit of money out of it.
mm,
In terms of that, but I think if anything, it's more just the exposure you're getting. You have to look at it this way: the League of Ireland's not a hugely well known thing outside of Ireland. Like, as I remember, Mini Minter even said, of all people, looking at the League of Ireland, or I didn't even know Ireland had a league in terms of that regard. But yeah, look at that in that way, digging into the Irish, American. I don't want to say fan base, but like you might get a few Irish Americans to adopt Pats as their Irish side. Will they come over to
It's
Richmond Park and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go watch St. Paddy's Athletic and all this? And even just in terms of you're playing a decent level of opposition, like the MLS, I want to say it's about, if you were to smack it in Europe, probably like middle of the ground. You have some good players over there. And obviously like former Premier League players, as you said, Timo Pukki. Obviously, in terms of you have David Beckham, Forney played over there, the likes of Wayne Rooney. I think Suarez is over there as well. I'm
yeah,
not sure exactly who
Suarez,
he's playing,
Messi,
but he's over
Busquets,
there. So
yeah,
like it definitely seems to be it's definitely above the League of Ireland in terms of its level. So it'll be a good game for Pats to see how they can kind of cope with a side like that.
definitely, 100%. Like as you were saying, like the MLS, it is a big enough league. Like obviously, the likes of Zlatan playing in it, you've probably the greatest football player of all time, Messi in it, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets. So there is a lot of money in the MLS, and like Pat's going to play like in a big enough stadium. Like it's a stadium you'd dream of having in the League of Ireland, and it's going to be a good experience. Like, and I think I'll say, and I've repeated it, I'm going to repeat myself, but the whole business aspect kind of thing, like for Pats, because it's so similar around St. Patrick's Day, like just the name of St. Patrick's like it'll probably stick with a lot of American people who claim to be Irish or whatever, and could just get into the League of Ireland through that way. And it could be a good thing for Pats through that way. And listen, it is what it is. Just gotta hope no injuries, beat the Americans. Happy days, drawing a bit of revenue for the club. Like that's all you can hope for, isn't it? Really, like
And the lads get a little holiday. Well, I wouldn't call it a holiday. I think Minnesota is notoriously quite a cold state. I think if they probably estimate it'll probably be like -5 degrees over at that game.
oh
So
yeah,
it's not like it's sunny Spain. But yeah,
no,
anyway, in terms of fixtures, we have played one game so far this season, which was, of course, a friendly against Athlone Town, which we won 1-0 thanks to an incredible free kick from Tommy Lonergan. I wasn't actually at that game. I don't think you were at the game either, Andrew, were you?
fortunately working. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't really comment much on the game itself, but look, it's good for the lads to get minutes in.
Yeah,
Obviously,
one thing I do want to comment on actually is the fact Connor Keeley was captain in the second half, which was kind of cool. Like his first ever game. It's probably not much to read into, like, but first game for Pats and he's captain in the second half. Like he has that presence about him. Like if you get me, like I did kind of want to talk about that, note that, but like one thing I do want to talk about as well is the two squads as well, like the integration of different academy players. You've the likes of Luke O'Brien coming through, and Dodd. Like the academy is just so good. Like it's just getting better and better. Like the fact we're able to field two teams inside 45 minutes, each 45 minutes, that shows the depth we have compared to the likes of last season and Clancy's first season. It's incredible to see. Like,
not much else here to be honest to cover. Obviously, God, if any of you are season ticket holders, a bit of information has been sent out on regards of like away tickets this season. They're saying they're pretty much expecting most away allocations this season to sell out. Galway away, especially, like there's gonna be a scramble to get tickets. Actually, interesting enough, they didn't actually list the amount of away tickets
yeah, it's not a good
yeah
thing, is it?
for Galway away. I think it was 450 away last season. I know when
Yeah,
Bowes played them, I think it was 450, but got word that it could be a bit higher. So I'm not exactly certain in that regard. But yeah, there's definitely going to be high demand for tickets
yeah, not a good
this
thing.
season entirely. And then obviously European qualifiers, second round qualifiers, Pats are obviously be playing the Conference League. Them games are going to be on the 25th of July for the first leg, and then the 1st of August for the second leg. Of course, it's yet to be seen who we're going to be playing on them games.
Yeah, I can't wait to be honest. Like, I think as we're going back to the Galway point, it's not a good thing the way there wasn't any capacity listed. Like, I do expect us to get feck all anyway, but like 400 sell out like straight away. Like I do think we'll be around 400, 450, which is going to be mad. Like so, and then obviously the Conference League as well, second round. It's a big chunk of money. Like even if Pats, touch wood, hopefully we don't get knocked out in the second round, still bringing in what's it around 300 grand or something if I remember correctly. Like and then win the second leg and into the third round, you're thinking about coming up against like, big teams, the likes of Basel and all, like Ghent, Genk, all them Belgian, Swiss, like Swedish, Danish teams. Like so, it's good though. Like sure, we're in the Leinster Senior Cup, the FAI Cup, the Conference League, the league. Like so many trophies to play for, and that's why you need a big squad. Like, and you can see why the depth we have up top, like as well, like the depth we have all over. Like, just it's good to see.
Yeah, and I'm like, in terms of who you could draw now, obviously, I was saying before we start recording, you'd obviously rather an easier side in the well, obviously I was gonna say first round, but the second round. But yeah, like you still could get the likes of we could get fourth place, whoever finishes fourth place in the Portuguese league, you could be playing. So that's obviously that's a while away now, but yeah. Now, Andrew, anything else to add for today?
Not much really. Like just we've watched ourselves to go first in the Leinster Senior Cup, I think, in Grange Gorman, as far as I'm aware. So it'd be interesting to see who Bailey feels out there. Like I think be probably a mix of academy youth and maybe a few first teamers as well, like in Cork and a friendly coming up. But overall, we're looking good for the season ahead, and I really looking forward to get back into Richmond Park and supporting Pats like home and away. So listen, a lot of people have actually tuned into these the first 2 or 3 episodes. So thanks very much if you have. Like, and as always, drop some follows. We have Twitter and Instagram as well, and then on Spotify, of course, obviously where the podcast is, and we are going to be uploading them to YouTube as well. Going to start up doing that. So, charge of that because he knows more about editing and all that technology stuff more than I do. But yeah, cheers for listening, lads. That's all I have to say, really. Unfortunately, you have to listen to me chat absolute waffle for half an hour, but try and get better as we go along. In terms of Peter, probably worse listening to him, to be honest. But sure, look, yeah,
On the
see you in
brains
the
of this
next episode.
operation, mate. Yeah, look,
But
lads, then of course, if you do have any questions or even we were thinking of getting, but if anybody has any bold predictions for next season, feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll read them out next episode. And yeah, that's about all I have all we have for today. Apologies. But yeah, of course, I've been Everything League Award, and thank you all for listening.
yeah, all the best, lads. I've been Andrew. Take care. See you soon.